Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. It's Dr. Cindy Stark coming in for my Tuesday at 2 p.m. live. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm coming in live with something that I think is either on my heart or in my mind that will hopefully, my intention is that it will help you in your life the same way that what I've been going through in my life over these past 7 days from week to week when I deliver these talks to you guys have helped me. So if you guys are coming in live, if you can type in hashtag live, and if you're coming in on the replay, type in hashtag replay. But I am snowed in. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, visiting two really dear friends of mine, and I am technically snowed in. I just got um, the email from American Airlines like 30 minutes ago. So forgive me that I'm a little late. I just had to go and cancel a bunch of appointments that I had on Thursday when I get back home. And yeah, so the kids are out of school or, snowed in from school. So got a house full of teenagers here, and it's completely different vacation and friend visit than I thought I was going to have. And there's one thing I wanted to come in here and talk to you guys about: the power of intention. So, as you guys know, most of you that follow me, I'm an internal medicine doctor in Gainesville, Georgia. I've been practicing medicine for almost 3 decades now. And at 53 years of age, last year, I went into semi retirement. And I now not only take care of patients on a part time basis, but I do a lot of other things, like four different other things that really light me up and give me a passion in addition to bedside medicine, because that I love seeing people get better and going home and get discharged from the hospital and all that. But I also just really love helping people much before they come into the hospital, like 2 or 3 decades before they come into the hospital, and and help them really shore up their health and their mindset and their food that they feed themselves, the movement that they engage in each day, the way to actually make your brain stop braining so much. I've gotten certified in tools that literally go into your subconscious mind and get rid of its ability to keep on doing what it's trying to do to keep us safe and just keep us in these automatic negative patterns of behavior. And that's a whole other subject for a whole other day. But if you are interested in that, we can have a conversation, and I can drop a link to book a call with me below. But what I today is that, so these two really good friends of mine that live in Texas, I've been knowing them for one of them for probably 12 years and one of them probably for 4 years. And excuse me, um, I never want more than about 6 months of my life to go by where I don't see these two ladies. And so they both have we both either go on vacations together or I come see them here in Texas. And so my intention was to see my friend and have some really good just girl time, some bonding time. And one reason it's just great to be in semi-retirement is that I don't have to work 26 days a month or 24 days a month anymore, and I have some time where I can go and do trips like this and stay at their houses. And so Jeba and I were together, and we had gone to have breakfast at this beautiful place called Dream Cafe. Excuse me. And afterwards we had gone to get some cupcakes. And after that, she knows I'm very active, and so we went for a walk around a local lake. Hey Tanya, it's good to see you. Thank you for writing in hashtag live. I'm so glad to have you here this morning, and or this afternoon, sorry. And so we were walking around this lake, and there's so many things that go into days with your friends, and so we kind of had stopped and taken some pictures. We were kind of looking at the ducks. We tried to decide, do we want to go all the way around the lake, or do we want to just go halfway around the lake and then go back? And y'all, we were not even maybe a 2 minute walk from our car. And you may have seen it on my Facebook page, because she made a post about it and tagged me in it. But we heard a female biker, a young lady, maybe 20 years of age, come up behind us and scream. Um, she either said to your right or on your right. I'm not sure what she said. We were in like oh, I said friend intoxication. We haven't seen each other for a year. And it's a beautiful 67-degree sunny day. There were just like little old ladies and kids and dogs. And I mean, it's just like a whole beautiful scene, and we're not expecting to hear someone scream on your right, and or to your right, and number one, scream at us, period. Number two, know what that means. And so we no more look behind us to our right, and we saw this biker coming up upon us, and she was like maybe an inch away from us when by the time we literally turned our head and looked at her. And she ran over my friend, Jeba. And it all happened like I'm on Jeba's left and she's on my right. And so we almost were literally holding hands. That's how close I was to that accident happening. And the poor, poor Jeba just goes literally straight up to flat down, like, head first. She busted her head wide open. Her face was just pouring blood. And then the poor little girl, the 20-year-old girl that did that to us, she ran up onto the back of Jeba's body and flipped out over, I believe, her handlebars, and was just covered in gravel. Thank goodness she had on long sleeves and long pants, because her pants were just covered in gravel dust. And she stayed there with us, and a bunch of other people stayed there with us until we were all taken care of. And I was able to get Jeba up and to the hospital, because I thought she might need a CAT scan of her head and stitches on her forehead, but she didn't. She actually didn't need that at all. Hey, Pat, it's good to see you this morning too, or this afternoon. But she didn't need a CAT scan, and she did not need stitches. But the whole day was just colored from that point on, right? So we were supposed to just be having cupcakes and brunch, and now here we are. We had to. She had to cancel who was going to pick up her kids from school. Her mom and her dad and her sister all dropped everything they were doing and came over here to pray with us. And she is just bruised, I feel like from head to toe. She's just, I think she broke a rib. I mean, she has these, steri strips. She can't move her forehead or anything. And it just made me really start to think the power of intention is that I wanted to be here with my friend. And even though this is not at all what I wanted to happen, I got to take her to the emergency room in her car. I got to drive her car. I've never driven her car before. I got to sit there with her in the emergency room and meet the nicest emergency room physician. She was a Nigerian female from Texas, and she had the exact same color of skin as Jeba's skin. And it was just like, how divine that Jeba wasn't there walking around the lake by herself. I was there so I could drive her. She was shaking like a leaf, like in total shock. She could have never driven herself to the hospital. Her husband was actually working in the hospital that day. And then this emergency room physician with the exact same color of pigment in her skin was the one that was trying to decide whether to sew her up or other various ways, and told her how to use the lightning. Like, I never even knew there was lightning formulas, because I mean, I'm just as white as a cloud. But this woman knew, like, as it heals, it's going to get black. And if you want it to stay, your beautiful, creamy brown color, you got to get this lightning ointment. So anyway, the whole thing was just, and then like to be there with her family while they all prayed over us. And then her mother made us this delicious bowl of mushroom soup. And I don't know, guys, it was just like, my intention was to be with my friend, and I got to be with my friend in a way that I've never been with my friend before. And I've known this woman for 12 years. I got to literally hold her hand, go into the emergency room, hold her hand while she was getting cleaned up, getting a tetanus shot, the whole nine, and then take care of her here, because she can't even reach down below and get any pots and pans. It just hurts her ribs so badly when she bends down, and then when she stands back up, she gets really lightheaded, and the pain is just really bad. And if anyone's had a broken rib, you know what I'm talking about, or even a bruised rib. So I guess I'm just wanting you guys to think about this as the week goes on, and just think about, when in your life have you been the woman or the man who had the intention that they just wanted to spend some quality time with their friends, and then you got a lot more than what you bargained for. And when have you been the person where someone had come to visit you and you think that because of something terrible that happened to you that you're now ruining their visit? Because I'm just telling you, nothing could be further from the truth. I was so happy, and her family was so happy too, that I was the one that was there to be taking her to the emergency room that day, and that I was the one that was there. The only bad thing we didn't do that everybody had wanted us to do was wanted to get the identification of the young lady. I didn't see any benefit to that, so I didn't. But you know, hindsight 2020, I guess I would have had both of us exchange pertinent information. But I was in a state of shock too, seeing so much blood for my one of my very best friends. And anyway, so I guess the reason I'm telling y'all this story is that, oh yeah, and then also, so which ones of you have been me? Which ones of you have been Jebba? And then which ones of you have been this 20-year-old girl who's just going about her business? And you think that just because you scream something out of your mouth, there's like this instantaneous, like, I mean, even that was too fast. What we would have required something faster than that. But when have you thought you were living your life the way you wanted to live your life, and that just because you state something that this very resultant behavior is going to happen immediately after you speak it out of your mouth, and it didn't, and then you got hurt in the process, and you really hurt somebody in the process. I mean, I've been thinking about that young girl a lot in the past 3 or 4 days, and I guess the thing that makes me feel the best about it is that what if she would have run over somebody that was a lot older than Jebba, or as Jebba puts it, a lot less insulated than Jebba? Because we all say the stars of the whole entire show were Jebba's chest and belly, because they took the brunt of it. I mean, she's all bruised up right here, but her face, I mean, besides these two little tiny lacerations, no broken bones, no broken legs, no stitches required. So what if that little girl had ran over somebody older or less insulated, or what if she herself would have gotten hit by a car because she didn't hit us, because she was not wearing a helmet and she was in her own world. So that's really it. There's no major lesson that I'm wanting anybody to get, except for um, one of those lessons that just kind of descends upon you as time goes on, and you realize. Um, what all really happened, and what all did I learn, and how can I go forward. I was at the emergency room, and it's still making me get choked up even thinking about it right now, but they whisked her back and they wouldn't let me see her while she was getting triage. And the first person I call is my dad. That's the first person I call all the time. And I said, Dad, should I have done something different? Did I do something wrong? Jebba's sister, that's a lawyer, wanted me to get the young girl's information because she thinks she needs to be prosecuted, or she could be prosecuted, because pedestrians have the right of way, and she's going too fast for the circumstances, and she needs to pay for the hospital bill, and on and on and on. And so I'm just always one of these people that, as I go through life and I see something completely out of the ordinary happen to me, I just wonder, what could I have done differently? Did I do everything right? And anyway, my dad said, and I agree with this, he said, Sugar, you did exactly what you need to do, what you needed to do, because as a doctor, you saw that there was just blood coming all down her. She was shaking. She was in a state of shock, just shaking like a leaf. You needed to get her to the emergency room to get her evaluated. I mean, I honestly, I mean, my mind goes to terrible places, but as a hospital-based doctor for, 17 years of my career, all I think of is she's going to have a bleed in her brain, and she's going to have to go to emergency brain surgery. So I did want to get her to the hospital as quickly as I could. I really could have cared less what that young girl's name and phone number and address were. I wanted to get my friend to medical attention. But anyway, so I'm not saying anything that needed to have happened with you guys or anything happened to me. I just wanted to share with y'all that story and see if it resonates with you. And one thing, Jebba had posted a story about it, and she just said she's always goes through her life saying, how is it that I'm Jesus's favorite? And I say the same thing. I didn't even know that Jebba said that. But I always go through life saying, I know that I'm God's favorite. And if you want to know what it's like to be God's favorite, spend a day with me, because you'll be able to see what it's like. Because I just feel like I'm always protected. I always have friends and family that love me. Hey, Melissa, it's good to see you, Mama. And I'm God's favorite in every way, shape, or form. But here Jeba is. She's always said that too, and she's wondering how did God allow this to happen to me? But you look at how many blessings really and truly happened in it, and you realize that He was there. He was there all along, and He was protecting her, and and it's I mean I've seen that so many times in my life where if it weren't me, maybe it was someone else. But if it weren't for that one person who was around there, you would not have been so calm. Would have not have been so taken care of, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, my point is, in this whole entire story, one message that I do hear loud and clear is that if I had not had my word of the day, my intention of the day, my word of the day be friendship, and I wanted to be here with Melissa and I wanted to be here with Jeba, um, then I could have seen this as messing up some kind of an idea of what I thought was going to happen on this trip. But because my main goal was to spend quality time with these two women that are very important to me, uh, everything that happened the way that it happened let us have such a closer, more unique, deeper, more intimate bond than ever before. And so I guess I just want to ask you guys today, and y'all can type it in right now or on the replay or just leave it quiet in your heart. But what is driving you right now? Like, what is your word of the year, your word of the day? What is, you think about, you bring about what you think about. And when you have something that's really important to you, and I don't know about y'all, but I like write stuff all around my house. I don't actually write on the walls and like on the refrigerators and on the washer and dryer and stuff, but what I do is I write on sheets of paper and I tape them up everywhere because there's things I want to keep first and foremost in my mind. And my 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 word for this year is peace and impact. I want to have a calm, peaceful um, way of living my life, and I want to make an impact in God's creation this year in a way that I never have before. And I know that I've been standing in my own way for so long. And I just want y'all to think about what is your word? Create. That's good. Yes. And why am I God's favorite, Melissa? And another thing I want y'all to think about, as I've been thinking about the impact I want to make, I have realized that there are a lot of other currencies for jobs that you do besides money. Money personally doesn't excite me at all. I like money, but money is not the motivating factor. It is the joy and the freedom that I get. So if a job has a lot of money that it's offering me, but it doesn't have any joy or any freedom, that's not for me. And Melissa's word is create. So she's been creating a lot, and I've been learning from her too. So anyway, that's really all I have to share with y'all today. I am going to at the end of right now, I want to remind you guys that I am dropping a 6-week live program I lovingly called the Jessica. It is a proprietary wellness rituals, like a blend of all my wellness rituals that I do in my daily life and that I've learned to do to prevent myself from becoming one of my patients out of the 100,000 bedsides of America patients that I've met over since 1999 when I became a doctor. And it's going to run every Sunday, start from 5 p.m. Eastern until probably about 6 p.m. Probably about 30 minutes of talking and about 30 minutes of workshopping. It's going to be a group of men and women thinking in the second halves of their lives, and it's all about how to maximize longevity and feeling good and maximize this natural thing that we don't even know about. It's like this, I kind of see it as a water wheel in our body, where if we activate the water wheel, it just keeps producing copy after copy of days of excellent health. Because that's definitely another word that's posted up in my refrigerator in my house right now is just health and vitality. It's not about being skinny. It's just about being healthy. It's nothing about being skinny. It's about feeling good and being able to get out there and live your life and accomplish those dreams. So if you show yourself some love before February 14th, Valentine's Day, you can get in for $222. But after that, it will be $333. And it's starting the Sunday after Valentine's Day, Sunday, February 19th, running for 6 Sundays in a row, taking Sunday, March 5th off because we're going to be in spring break for my kids in college. Anyway, just want to drop that down there. I'll drop the link to sign up for that course, and it'll be me live for an hour every Sunday. I would just love to have y'all there. It's going to be so much fun. And like I always think, how in the world, like, where do you get an opportunity to learn at and to hang out with a doctor for an hour for 6 weeks, right, in a row? And I'm going to be giving you all worksheets to do and homework, even if it's just something to think about and journal about. It's not anything intense. And I'm just going to be teaching you everything. Like, we're almost learning at the expense of all of my patients. That you can turn decades into days, right? Because they are the ones that paid the price to give me the knowledge that I'm going to go out and give to you. So it's just an incredible opportunity. I've been thinking about this program. I don't even want to tell you for how long. And I have so much. I have been typing out the insides of this program for a long time. It's been like wallpaper on my heart. And I just cannot wait to deliver it to you guys. Nothing would make me happier than to see you there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope it's not snow. I hope you're not snowed in wherever you are. And if you are snowed in, I hope that you were able to do what Jebba and I did, which was to go Krogering the day before the snow hit and bought all kinds of food so that we can be snowed in here for a week and be happy. And I will get home soon. And I hope you guys are all doing great. And I'll see you here next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. I love you guys. Take care and have a good day. See you next week.